Science Jerks. Science Jerks. Science Jerks. The rate of change in acceleration of science. Science Jerks.
Welcome to the Science Jerks, episode 2. Erks. With us once again, well, first of all, I'm Chacho, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Robert Chan. What's up, Robert?
Hi.
And once again, we have...
Good at this. Can you tell?
You're good at saying hi.
Intros, man. I fucking nailed it.
Did you take UCB classes in saying hi into a microphone?
Well, I mean, that's the advanced
I made it to
study.
level 3.
I'm not in advanced study yet, but, you know.
They didn't pass you? The one person in their
Besser
history?
totally fired me from saying hi into a microphone 103.
Ouch.
Which is very similar to the actual truth.
Yeah.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Welcome back to our second episode. How are you? How was the first
great.
one?
It was mind-numbingly awesome.
still recovering? How many glasses of wine into the recording session are we now?
God, a half?
It's
amazing, you guys.
The beauty of the way we've set this up is that we're just recording things completely out of order. So,
That's the magic
Don't destroy
of
the magic.
podcastery.
Don't pull back the curtain.
No, that is
God.
the magic. It's just going to be coming from all sorts of different places. Like the very next segment could be her, like 8 wines in.
As far as our listeners know, we are in their ears right now, telling them
coming from all
about
points in the
science.
time
Oh, my goodness.
space stream.
We have wormhole jumped into your ear holes.
How do you feel about wormholes, being that you're an experienced science analyst?
PhD?
You have a PhD
In absolutely nothing.
An MD,
Whoa,
DDS.
that seems like a very advanced scientific field.
I
Why
know.
don't you tell us about it?
Oh, God. It's just the forefront of what I'm doing.
Entropy theory is a thing.
We talked about your website, Rebecca Leib.com.
Yeah, you can see me there. I do a lot of freelancing for a multitude of sites, but if you go to my site, you can find where I'll be published, where I'm performing. It's sort of the hub. There's a store.
Ooh.
So,
A Leib store?
Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Can we buy Leib
Yeah, you can buy
paraphernalia?
all
What do you
sorts of
sell?
merch.
What do you sell?
I'm going to sell shirts, artwork. I am an illustrator, too.
Oh,
I'm a renaissance.
okay,
I'm not
okay.
a fucking scientist, though.
Okay, let's just make
Just
that clear.
know that.
No.
I will
okay.
I will draw the shit out of a shirt for you, but I can't. I'm not going to know the periodic table. I'm not going to know any of that bullshit. I'm sorry.
Okay, no,
Maybe
that's
some.
fine. I was
We'll see. We'll see.
I was worried because I didn't know you were an illustrator. I was just like, oh, so you just pictures of your face on a shirt? Is that what the merch is?
Yeah, I'm also a
Go
total
mugs with
asshole. So buy my stuff.
just a mug with
Yeah, just
a little
my
brown
face.
star
it's
on
my
there.
headshot.
Yeah.
It's not even cut into it's just my headshot on a mug. It's the one I use at I.O. Oh, it's my
you just
commercial headshot.
Hand those out for auditions.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rebecca
My mug.
Leib.
At least it's useful.
Here's my resume.
God.
Here's my printed T-shirt.
That's kind of. Why wouldn't you do that?
That's not a bad idea.
Isn't that what they? I mean,
It's because
I mean,
they have a
it's super
pile.
weird.
They can't have a pile of mugs and look through the mugs to see if they want to cast
no,
someone.
you don't tell anybody else. You don't like post it on
So
our
you're
website.
the
like, hey,
paperweight
they
on
do
top of the actual candidates.
it. But they still see you. They keep seeing you.
And the
That's what my
casting
mom would
director,
say.
when the casting director gets down to their last laundry day, they're going to put on your
Oh, shit.
sad little
They're gonna
T-shirt
call
from
me.
the bottom of the pile.
panties. Oh, I thought
Exactly. They're
that was-
panties. They're like thongs. Like sick, disgusting thongs. the lowest, like...
Here's my resume. Here's my gimp mask and ball gag with my face on it.
My mom would, like, love this, though. She'd be like, that's a gimmick. They will remember
Here's
you.
my strap-on head dildo with my smiling mug on the tip of the tank.
This is where you lose my mom.
Handy tip for those of you who are coming out to Los Angeles to make it big: don't take any advice from us. Absolutely, unequivocally, do not.
Not a scientist.
How about this advice? Go see Leib do some improv or sketch. Where can we find you in the city of Los Angeles doing comedy?
I do comedy at I.O. primarily. I'm on a Herald team on Friday nights. You can check me out on the website. I also do sketch with Dave, and we are on the first
What is
Sunday.
she, a ringer? Oh, god damn it! I thought you brought in somebody famous. Turns out she's just on your team.
Yeah.
We know each other from before? What amazing sketch team is that?
It's Worm.
or MrWorm.com.
Or MrWorm.com.
I thought,
Are we just?
Yeah, is it?
I thought we were transitioning. slowly.
See, this is an awkward moment. We're on a team called Mr. Worm that is transitioning into
It's
a team
transitioning.
called Worm.
Let them know the most current development in our team.
How about Shai Hulud? Have you considered that?
No.
Technology.
All right, let's talk about guns. Pew, pew, pew. Ricochet rabbit. This is Chacho. I'm here with Chan and our guest, Rebecca Leib. And this story is interesting to me. This, well, as you may or may not know, Chan, I know I've talked to you about it before. The 3D printing is getting to be a big thing where basically in your home you can print any 3D object out of plastic. And in some cases,
Love it.
some forms of metal. And
Like Maiden?
such as
Slayer?
what, Iron
Anthrax.
Maiden? You can build your own Iron Maiden.
Yeah!
It's a maiden, though.
You're-
Oh, yeah.
Not the band.
Beautiful.
unfortunate.
It's a maiden.
But
of
you can
iron.
print your own actual torture device known as an Iron Maiden full of spikes and coerce your roommate into it with your own 3D printer.
You have to have a roommate, though.
You want to sit in here for a
Course.
minute?
Show my,
There's
show
beer in
my
there.
Iron Maiden.
But- okay. I just
And
made that
so
up.
this dude in Texas, of course,
Sure.
naturally in Texas, pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Ricochet rabbit. This dude named Cody Wilson, he's I think he was a student. He was like, okay, well, I'm going to figure out how to make a gun with my own home 3D printer.
Sure.
You can make, basically you get a CAD program or AutoCAD and you draw out the specs and out pops a gun. And so this kid did it.
This okay, and he had access to like the school's 3D printer.
I think he had his own home printer. They're getting pretty cheap now. You can get them
Yeah,
for
but-
under $1,000.
Using the
God, I can't.
a gun needs metal. It needs because things explode.
Well, this is part of this is one of the facets of the story.
Oh,
he made a
paper
plastic gun.
A pla-
No, it's made out of
It
plastic.
It looked
Gotcha.
like metal.
And one of the reps from the company that makes the printer said it would probably have exploded in his face if he
Okay.
tried to shoot a bullet out of it.
Sure. We hope he's not that dumb and he was just doing it as like a thing, like a.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can do this.
Kind of an experiment. It was also sort of testing
In
the boundaries
violence.
of what,
An experiment in terror.
Starring Cody Wilson.
experiment.
As a man,
Do you guys
pushed
know
too
a Cody
far.
that's not a total shithead? Do you guys know like a really nice Cody?
The drummer for Big Business.
You know
is named
him?
Cody. Well, okay, no, I don't know. He seems like a nice guy on Twitter.
Okay.
That's how I judge people.
All right.
You're a terrible person on Twitter.
All right, point taken, man.
And so the interesting thing, though, is that the government, our government,
Keep
stepped
your
in
hands off my printers.
and said, no,
Our
you can't
founding fathers
distribute.
said that we had a right to 3D
Second
printers.
Amendment right printing.
You can take my printers when you're
Right
frying for my
clicking.
cold.
Constitution
Right,
clearly says you
printed.
can print your own guns at home.
Oh my God.
Thomas Jefferson.
Could you imagine what the frigging Constitution would have looked like if we just gave him a snapshot of 2012?
No.
Like, what do you
Can you
want?
imagine what it would
We
look
can-
like if we let people from Texas write it?
Oh my, it'd be indecipherable.
Thank
It'd be
goodness
terrible
they
English.
didn't exist yet.
Guns, beef.
No, there are many Texans that are worthwhile people and who do contribute to our society. Blah, blah, blah.
And the
No, you know what?
14th Amendment, if you finish your entire steak, then it's free. But you gotta eat the potato too.
Let's be fair. There are decent people in Austin, not Texas. Austin.
Oh my god.
In
Maybe a couple.
You guys are going to get some viewers
Parts of
and they're
Austin.
going to be angry and they're going to print out guns.
not all of
And
Austin.
try to fire them at you.
The ones that explode in their hands. I'm fine with that.
It's going to be unpleasant and uncomfortable for you guys. I'm just saying.
What are all those popping noises outside?
Right? What's
Why are people
happening?
screaming?
But this is an interesting dilemma because, in general, I'm for gun control, but it's kind of the writing on the wall that it ain't going to be controlled for very long because there's just no way you can put a stop this from happening.
Yeah, I am of a liberal bent, but I'm against gun control for the same reason that I'm against censorship of pornography or music or just censorship in general, because that is what happens once you start censoring things. Then it gets easier and easier to continue censoring until you're basically the only thing you're allowed to read is the Bible.
Yeah,
And all we're
But
doing
there's
is
so
carrying
much
around.
more
But, I mean-
direct correlation between guns and violence and deaths. You know,
And like,
yeah,
especially
not so much
there's,
like,
guns.
there's
you
so
know.
many different types of guns and arms and what. I mean, like,
Yeah.
do you want your neighbor to have a nuclear missile in his backyard?
But also,
Yeah.
if you were to ask yourself, like, would I be okay with a nuclear missile? Almost certainly you would say yes. And if you ask the
What?
person next door,
Wait a
What's
second.
up with a cat?
Maybe you should
I
ask.
barely keep my cat alive. Do you really want me carrying arms? I don't.
honestly, I would rank a cat higher than an AR-15 in terms of lethality.
I've seen you put together this podcast setup before, and if it was a nuclear missile, most of Los Angeles would be a smoking crater right now.
Oh, this guy's
Well, I wouldn't
volatile.
touch it, but it would just be in the back, just in case.
I'm just gonna re-rig this and so put this wire here over here.
Hey, Dave. I noticed when you parked your car, you kind of like inched a little bit over into my driveway. Just saying. Mr. ICBM here has different ideas about where the parking ends.
The property agreement says that I have
Dave,
3
not
feet,
interested,
3
not
feet east
interested.
of the tree.
I am going to level your fucking house. I'm going to nuke you to glass unless you move your car. Oh, no, vengeance is the
Chance like
best
Wilson
circle.
Yeah.
from Home Improvement. He's just like, well, howdy, neighbor.
Hey, neighbor.
I noticed your kids were in my yard last night. I'll kill everyone in this city if they do it again.
He never. What episode
And I
is that?
never see his face.
God.
Everyone in LA is dead.
Paleozoology.
You guys, Chan here with Chacho and Rebecca Leib. The most adorable story from Nature magazine. How to eat a
Adorably
triceratops.
Horrible.
Go to Nature and look it up because it's got pictures. The pictures are
Who reads
fantastic.
Nature magazine? Like Boy Scouts?
No, I think you're thinking of Ranger Rick. Totally different magazine.
maybe.
This is a science journal, Nature.
This is terrifying.
Sounds so
Step
big.
1, get a good grip on the neck frill.
Yes, what it is they looked at Triceratops bones and noticed all the standard Tyrannosaurus Rex markings, the tooth markings, and then they realized, okay, this is weird. The frill, that big old shield thing on the back of their neck, had a whole bunch of marks on it, and they're like, dude, there's nothing there. There's a bunch of like bone and gristle. Why would you be chewing on that? And they realize, like, oh, they're using it to kind of get a better purchase.
That's a good place to get a grip.
Yeah, you're like
While
when
you're ripping out its intestines with your little
I know, it makes sense.
T-Rex
Yeah.
arms.
It all
Like you're-
makes a lot of sense.
you're pulling a drumstick off,
The arms are
the
those
bone.
legs.
Yeah,
That's how I eat
Ow,
chicken.
legs.
That's how I eat chicken. I just bite on the leg and just start yanking.
In public.
You grab a hold of the
Bloodbath.
the frill and start ripping things off.
Step 1, get a good grip on the neck frill. So they bite down on that. And then step 2, tear the head off to expose the tasty neck muscles. The tasty neck
This
muscles.
is science, people. It actually says
This is
tasty
actual
neck muscles.
real life fucking science things happening.
Step 3, nibble on the soft flesh of a Triceratops face.
So at this point,
nibble.
once you get the head ripped off, it's become more of a dinner party. You can take your time.
Like a cucumber sandwich, just
Invite over your friends and have a nice.
And then step 4, feast on the delicacies beneath the frill, because you pop the head off already. So now you just shake it around and
And then it's gonna be like a meteor, how to devour like a T-Rex. I hope there's like a articles that just go up the food chain.
yeah, no. Then we get Paula Dean in to kind of work on the rest of the main body of it.
How does Paula Dean eat a T-Rex?
With butter.
Dip it in butter, y'all.
Butter!
This is the most disturbing picture, the fourth one, where it just has a disembodied T-Rex head, a Triceratops head, and a T-Rex just lunching inside the head.
Yeah, well, that's where all the good stuff is.
The tasty delicacies.
It says the article says the nutrient-rich neck muscles. I was not aware that that's where all the nutrients are, but apparently,
Like a turkey neck, right?
Do you eat the turkey neck?
Some people do.
Do you eat the turkey neck?
No, I'm not a fucking disgusting human being.
I ate the
But
Some
turkey.
all
people
the
do.
nutrients are in the neck, apparently.
No, it's true.
And you know, when you're
That's what people tell me
traveling
who eat the
in
turkey neck.
Southeast Asia or something, and somebody tries to serve you
Yeah, I had some
Triceratops head
disgusting
meat,
things.
just accept it and eat it because
Yeah.
you don't want to
Especially
stand
if
out.
it's deep fried. Because you already stand out because you're a white person.
And
Most
don't
of
use your
us.
hands. That's the important part. Don't use your hands. Grab the frill with your teeth.
And get the
Start
chopsticks right in there to the brain.
Good.
Scoop it out.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like the science is really interesting because you just have a bunch of bones, but what they found is, like some of the bite marks, they don't have any signs of healing. When you break a bone, like it heals, and you learn something about how the animal existed, and in this case, like, okay, this happened after they died, so it's not battle scars from mating rituals or anything like that. Like this is what happened to them. This is how the predators devoured them.
Yeah. It's really fascinating.
What if they just found like some really badass punk rock Triceratops that had like all these
Piercings,
scars and scarification
Again,
and
misfits
Yeah.
tattoos on
It's
its
like-
on its horns.
It's all from safety
Big-
pins. It's weird.
those
'cause
big
they don't
studs in
exist
its
yet.
horns.
Big gauges in its horns.
God.
The important thing here is that science sometimes is about numbers, and it's about, staring at data and just getting big buggy eyes and doing spreadsheets. And sometimes, every once in a while, science is just fucking awesome.
Correspondent Alex Berg.
We're here with Alex Berg, and we're talking Italy.
Yeah, so I read an article just this morning that Italy's air supply, or rather the air supply of 8 major Italian cities.
Is there an Italian version of Air Supply?
Is there an Italian word for air supply?
No, Italian version of the band Air Supply.
Oh, God, I
Because
hope
that would
not.
be-
They
In
were bad
every
enough on their own
single
without Eurotrashing it.
every single city-state in Italy has their own version of the band Air Supply, I'm sure.
Okay, so in Italy, there's a lot of cocaine.
A ton of cocaine and pot, apparently. So I guess that the air supply in Turin and Rome and Florence and Milan are pretty heavily laced with like cannabinoids and cocaine. And I guess like not at a high enough level that if you were to walk down the street, you would feel like, like you were at a cool party or something. But I do like the idea that there's a generation of Italian children just growing up breathing cocaine in day out. Day in,
Not
day
only
out.
that, nicotine and caffeine. I pulled up the article. It's on New Scientist. It says cocaine, cannabinoids, nicotine, and caffeine are in high levels in these 8 urban Italian cities that they monitored.
In the air.
Just in the air, every breath you take. Is that a Air Supply song?
That's the police.
could be.
That's the police.
That's police.
The Italian version
that
of the
is
police
police.
is.
The La Polizia.
La Polizia, yeah.
So every breath you take in Rome has cocaine, marijuana, coffee, and cigarettes.
Is
in it.
that-
I mean, it sounds like a pretty good buzz, to be honest.
It sounds like a good socialist system for distributing your narcotics, so you don't have to go to the store and spend all this money at Starbucks. You just wake
put it in
up
like
and
fluoride.
open the shades and take a deep breath, and you're ready to go.
Do we
Yeah,
know?
anybody who has a little bit extra just exhales it, and it gets to go to those who can't afford their own. I think that's pretty egalitarian of them.
The trickle down or an exhale down theory of.
Do we
economics.
know that the government isn't doing it just to keep the population in check?
Just piping it. I have no problems with that.
Yeah, I would be. I mean, it's honestly, and there was another story, Dave. You were saying on New Scientist in 2005, saying that there were also high levels of cocaine in the rivers.
Yeah, I just
And it's
found
like-
this with a search. The rivers are
Those are
running with cocaine as well.
Yeah, those are like 2 nodes that a conspiracy theorist could pretty easily put together and say, like, I don't know, man. I think like the government's dosing Italians.
But
Well,
it's
well,
such
they
a
have porn stars in the Senate, and basically, Berlusconi is a mobster media mogul, so I wouldn't put it past him to
But cocaine is a party drug, so there's no conspiracy theorist that's going to be like, the government wants us to party 24/7. Stop that. They'll get to that point.
Have you been to Italy? I never saw anyone doing a day job in Italy. Everyone I ever met was sitting at a cafe, smoking cigarettes, probably snorting lines.
I think the two main occupations in Italy are barista and cool-looking guy on Vespa.
Are these the only places where that is a thing? Because I don't feel like Italy is the number one country for cocaine and marijuana. Like, have we tested Chicago? Is it just that we haven't bothered yet?
I guarantee if you walk through Brooklyn, you're getting the same kind of shit. And it's got to be, I can't imagine if this is the case in Rome, like what the fuck is in the air in Amsterdam?
Oh, God, they're hotboxing the entire country.
The world.
I'm on board. Yeah, I'm pretty sure with the the twin arms of climate change warming the planet, causing the oceans to evaporate more quickly, and this newfound kind of like aerosolized drug content in the air. In another 20 years or so, we will all be just permanently buzzed. And whether that's for good or ill is completely up to the viewer to decide.
I believe that's what is referred to as the singularity.
Well, we'll all go into the singularity.
Exactly what Kurzweil's talking about.
We'll go into the singularity to live, and then we'll have holiday in our meat bodies on Earth and just be stoned out of our gourd.
It sounds like a good way to occupy meat space, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's time for a quiz.
It's time for a quiz.
I think the name is going to stick.
Rebecca Leib.
I'm here.
Well, maybe we should call it It's time for a quiz. So then you have to open the show with It's time for a quiz.
Oh, we are so meta here. We're going to be asking 5 questions, general science questions that are brought to us by Quizmaster Lizzie E.
As we last left our competition, the hosts had 4 out of 5 each, and our special guest, Rebecca Leib, I shouldn't call guest special, probably. It sounds a little...
Like I'm retarded?
It sounds like I'm saying you're retarded.
Hey.
As long as you don't think I'm a scientist, I'm happy.
Our guest Leib has... What do you
3.
have? We'll say 3.
We'll say it.
We'll generously
Those are what I wrote
say
down.
3.
In terms of quality, it's a 3. In terms of quantity, it's a 1.
It's a 1.
So give us the first question, Elizabeth.
All right. First question. In the electromagnetic spectrum, which type of waves have the lowest frequency?
Is that visible spectrum?
Electromagnetic spectrum. All right, the answer for this question is radio waves. Yeah. Radio waves have the lowest frequency.
Damn it.
What about like the second
That's
lowest?
a trick. I put infrared because
I put
ultraviolet
because we're talking.
that's the highest.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, it's something. It's on one sort of pole in one area somewhere someday.
We were all in the ballpark. Unfortunately, the correct answer was in a different ballpark.
I'll give myself a point.
All right, no points on that one. Although
question.
I'm going to contest to the judges, which is me.
All right, next question. What is the scientific name for the only known creature to survive the vacuum of space?
Oh man. Oh, we did this.
Hint, there was a play, a musical made of this creature.
Cats.
I was about to write cats. What's the answer?
All right, the answer is tardigrades, also known as water bears.
What?
Oh,
Water
I've heard
bears?
of water bears.
Water bears, look them up. They are adorable.
Wait, are you saying that there's
Who
a
put
musical?
a water bear? Who put an adorable water bear in space?
Who put one in a
Who are
Broadway
they?
musical?
What monster would do that?
Here's the thing. this image that you have in your head of like a cuddly little bear that maybe is like splashing around in a stream? Not that.
Really?
Looks like a flea in water, a transparent flea.
I think they're adorable looking. I would get
see.
one that was like a plushy version.
A plush. Well, okay.
A
I
plush.
wrote-
Wait a minute, but no. A plush version is a stuffed animal version of it. A plushy version is something that you have sex with.
Is
Oh,
where
really?
you
Wait,
dress
what-
up as a
what?
water bear
Plushy?
and have sex.
Really?
Plushy? That's a
So
sexual
tell
term
us,
now?
Elizabeth,
God.
Oh, are you not aware
about
of
your
Plushy?
experiences.
Well, like there's furries, right?
that? Yes, furries have sex dressed up as animals and that sort of thing.
Plushies, like the
Plushies
plush
have sex
nature of
with stuffed
tactile.
animals.
Okay. That's what. What's it? Okay.
Oh.
What's a what? What do you?
It's because not all stuffed animals are plush.
I think I might have been
Yeah.
using plushie and furry interchangeably. With the fellow.
Flurry.
And
If you
flurry.
if you went and ordered a McFlurry,
And I ordered a McFlurry,
Plushie?
and I got a plushie,
you got a sticky
and I
stuffed animal.
ended up fucking my milkshake.
Is that
Oh
that's like
my.
a noun version of that? It's-
All right, I wrote down Miss Saigon. So judges,
I wrote down Bat Boyus Human Baticus because I like that musical.
we're at 0-0-0, I think,
Yeah,
so
we
far
are.
in this
I'll give myself one.
quiz.
Rebecca has one quality point. Still zero quantity. Okay, next question.
All right, next question is, what is cosmic microwave background radiation?
Are you drawing water bears over there?
I'm giving you. I have three options. One answer.
Okay, what is the answer?
All right, a loosely based answer is it is the radiation left from the early stages of development in the universe, which is considered to be the landmark test of the Big Bang model in the universe. Basically, it's the oldest living fossil, it's the coldest element that's flowing all around us, and it is also the static in television and in radio signals.
You couldn't see that, but what I did, because I couldn't pick up and drop my microphone like, say, an M&M would, because these are expensive microphones, I'd really rather not break them like that, and it has those nice spider mounts on it, I dropped my pen, because I wrote leftover energy from the Big Bang.
I wrote Big Bang radiation, which I argue is
Yeah.
I
fairly
think
correct.
those are both kind of...
I wrote white noise, black holes, gray matter. So pick one of those. I'll give myself
White
a
holes,
point.
black. Wait,
a
repeat, Rebecca.
veritable
One
rainbow.
white-
White noise, black holes, and gray matter.
It's white noise.
Yeah, I mean it's sort
Yeah,
of one of
yeah.
them.
Sort of.
I'm going to give the point to all of you.
Fair enough.
It's a very loose question. I realize this.
All right, next question.
All right, next question. Very, very simple. Maria on the moon are.
All right, what's the answer?
All right, in a sense, they are darker and smoother parts of the moon's surface.
What'd you write?
Did you? I wrote dark spots.
Dark spots.
Yeah, that's
good.
or
I
dark
wrote,
spots.
how do we solve a problem like Maria?
Yeah, I've pretty much saw a West Side Story coming from you.
I said craters, and that's wrong.
Yeah, almost wrote craters. I think they're like the larger bit. So
Yeah,
it's sort of,
no, I don't think they counted. The dark spots are not craters. So I'll give myself a point.
Question number 5.
the last question. This
Or
is
10,
this
actually,
is the
for
one-
our two-part quiz here.
All right, the final question. What moon of Neptune orbits in a retrograde direction?
Oh,
Damn it!
Jesus.
Damn it!
It is also known as a figment used in a popular Disney film, or a tool of power.
Power tool?
A power tool, yes. All right, the answer is Triton. Triton, moon of Neptune, moves in a retrograde
That makes
direction.
sense.
Yeah. Triton.
I wrote Titan.
Triton
Oh wait,
is
no,
the
I
king
didn't.
in Little Mermaid.
I forgot. There's an R in there, right?
That's now you wrote Triton.
Triton.
Pretend.
I wrote Ganymede. I knew it wasn't, but I couldn't remember.
I know it wasn't Titan. That's
What did you?
Oh, I got a lot of answers. None of them were right. Delta, Neptune, Lance, Mace, Sword, Mickey Mouse, Magic, Wizardry. But it wasn't right. Maybe someday a moon will be named after something I've written ever.
All of them. Name it after all of them.
Hopefully.
I can see having a moon named Mickey Mouse before too long.
Right? Or
Sure.
like Mick Moon.
Eventually, McDonald's will purchase
Right.
a moon.
I think that was a Futurama joke, actually. McPluto.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Okay. Well, let's total them up.
Last time and this time?
Yeah, all together.
I think I got one correct this time around.
Yeah, I got 2. So my total is 6.
Minus 5.
I've got 7. Sorry, suckers! Thank you, Elizabeth. We'll see you later.
Rebecca.
What's next? Articles!
Has given herself a generous lead.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Elizabeth.
Thank
we'll
you.
talk to you next week.
Paleozoology.
Chacho and Chan here with the Rebecca Leib again, and this story has been all over the news. They found an Earth-sized planet nearby Earth.
So
Or at
basically, it's Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, one of my absolute favorite games of all time.
It is. It's a planet in the Alpha Centauri system, the closest star to our sun, and it's the closest planet we've found to our solar system that's not in our solar system.
Alpha Centauri, a.k.a. Proxima Centauri.
Oh my
Not
God, but it's
AKA.
real. It just is.
It's actually Proxima Centauri.
No, Proxima Centauri is a different star that is that circle. Actually, Alpha Centauri is 2 stars. There's Alpha Centauri A and B,
Right.
And they kind of circle around each other, and they now we know have planets around them. Proxima Centauri is a 3rd star that circles both Alpha Centauri A and B.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So these planets have 3 suns.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
imagine? Just one and I freckle.
Yes, LA would be intolerable on these planets.
like it.
You know what else is in the Alpha Centauri system? Is the James Cameron Avatar planet, and I'm stalling to remember what it's called. Pandora.
Oh, is that an Alpha Centauri?
Is a moon in the Alpha Centauri system.
Oh, I did not
in
remember.
the fictional crappy movie.
Nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We'll agree to disagree. Cool. So, what do they know about it?
We know it's a little bit bigger than the Earth, and it's hot as shit. It's probably a lava planet.
I'm all about some
Star
lava
Wars
planets.
3, another shitty movie.
Boom.
But yeah, this might be the planet
Where
where
the clones are.
Anakin got his ass kicked and turned into Darth Vader.
Oh, right, that's the other one. Okay, I'm confused. Yeah, sorry.
Also the movie where you might see a credit of my name on the behind the scenes.
What did you do?
I was an editor on the behind the scenes, the making of Star Wars 3.
So the huge-
So if you have the DVD box set,
The Star Wars 3 super fans who watch all of the making of documentaries.
all the
they'll
Star
see
Wars super fans already know my name clearly,
Good.
because for approximately 1 second on the DVD, you can see my name scroll by.
So your mom.
My mom is
The only
the
Star Wars
biggest
3
Star
super
Wars
fan.
super fan by that definition.
That's my boy.
Oh. It's so nice.
So
It justifies your whole existence sometimes. You're like, look, Mom. And they're like, oh, okay, that's why you can't be in insurance. Like,
yeah.
I get
That's
it.
why I don't have grandkids yet.
This,
Great.
This
Oh, that's
makes
wonderful.
your whole sad existence
Right.
worthwhile.
So it's still way too far for us to get there.
Well, it's 4.4 light years away.
Yeah.
Which at a current technology would take like 600-700 years to get to. But it's not.
But if we are
outside the-
creatures of
Yeah.
light, as Ramdas would have, that's only 4.4 years.
Exactly. Like
which is not-
Ramdas can get there and back. Actually, that's not true. If you are traveling at the speed of light, you can get there almost instantaneously.
Well, I mean, like,
4 years would pass on Earth
right.
while you travel there. But for the people, if you're in a spaceship that's going 99.9% the speed of light, you can get there in under a year. So this is conceivably a place where humans can get to once our technology, once our space ship technology gets better.
Get it on it, spaceship
Yeah.
In
engineers.
fact, there's already people in NASA going, we should start sending probes to Alpha Centauri
Yeah.
because, well, it would take for fucking ever for them to get there, but we might as well start sending them.
Their great-great-great-grandchildren can monitor them.
Our great-grandchildren can watch them burn up as they approach Alpha Centauri.
As somebody forgets to carry it too, and it goes flying off into space.
Terrible. Billions of dollars.
And so they've only found one planet so far, but they think there might be more. The problem is we're talking about they're finding these planets by measuring the stars and their very, very tiny wobbles as the planets circle around them. And this planet that they found is very close in, and it circles, I forget, at every few days. Like it's circling the star very quickly.
So, yeah, you're not going to get that wobble as it yanks one way and yanks the other. It's just right in there.
Right. The wobble is happening very fast. It's happening every couple of days. That's how they found it. Now, what we're looking for is Goldilocks zone planets, and that's planets that are in the habitable zone where water is neither steam nor ice, but water.
Aren't we concerned that there are bears on those planets?
There possibly might be water bears.
Oh, those are fine then. Those are teeny
But,
tiny. And adorable.
Water bears turn into steam bears or ice bears if they're not in the habitable zone.
God.
And the problem with the habitable zone is a planet in the habitable zone will probably have a period where it travels around the star of 200 to 400 or 500 days, like ours, like the Earth. So to measure the wobble of a planet that goes around every 200 days, you need to watch for several years. So basically, you need to be taking precise measurements on these stars for 5, 6, 7, 8 years before you can finally have enough data to say, oh, there's a planet in the habitable zone.
You guys, astrophysics is hard. I don't know if you
I
were
don't
aware of
know.
that.
I just always think about like just how egotistical the human race is whenever I see articles like this, like how desperately we want to find another planet like ours so we can somehow later inhabit it. You know, that's what it feels
Or
like.
escape the horrible
Yeah, of what
global
we made
warming that's
ourselves.
going to destroy our
That we
planet
just-
in the
that
next
we-
20 years.
We should be destroyed. I know that's like a grim, like, I love the human race and Shakespeare and all that bullshit.
It doesn't sound like
but
you.
And they're
the things to do things you love.
the
human race,
misanthropic
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
solution.
Fuck the rest of it.
But it's like, fuck us. Like, let's start over. Like, have the universe start over with other life forms.
You realize it took like 8 billion years for this to happen?
Exactly.
So it's going
That's
to be
like
a while for the
nothing.
next one.
But that's nothing in the scope of the universe.
Come on, God, scrap this experiment and
Ugh,
start over with some
God.
better people.
That's our show.
That's our show. Thanks for being here. You can find us at sciencejerks.com. Go ahead and email us Chan at sciencejerks.com, Dave at sciencejerks.com. Rebecca Leib can be found at RebeccaLeib.com.
/science jerks.
/ jerks.
Kidding. Don't go there.
Yeah, because there's horrible things there.
What these fucking jerks did to me on my summer vacation by
There's
Rebecca
some
Leib.
GIFs. There's some JPEGs.
Yee. Animated disc.
/ we're just friends. Please
pictures of us
stop
opening
calling
jars.
me you jerks.
Hey, Rebecca, I sent you a picture of me opening a jar.
I put it up on the internet.
Anywhere else they should go see you, listen to you, watch you do things?
You can see I have a page on iOS, Funny or Die, YouTube,
Oh, you're everywhere.
all over the fucking place.
You have a
Can't get
Pinterest?
rid of me. I do.
Ooh.
There's a lot of Coors Light
Ooh.
references on there,
I want
but
to know
go
what
to
you're
it.
Pinterested in.
Yeah. It's vast,
But
Trademark.
mostly.
I feel like that's been said before.
I haven't heard it.
I'm usually like just not Pinterested in anything, but I've made that very clear on my Pinterest.
My Pinterest is waning. And my whiskey is empty. That means it's the end of episode 2. Thanks for listening.
Let's get more booze, y'all.
Yep. Guys, my autocorrect just turned Italian into Iranian.
Sure.
Yeah, your autocorrect knows what's up, man. Those dirty Italian
The
bastards
wave
are
of the
actually
future.
Muslim.
They're telling us Italy's out. Iran is in.